Hey YouTube, I'm the Tall Nerd. Welcome back once again. And today, I had a plan. I knew exactly what I was going to talk about today, and then I get on Twitter, I get online, and I found out, crap, all kinds of things happened over this past weekend. And so, yeah, plans change. So much happened that I decided to make a new segment and try to do something just a little bit different. I'm still experimenting with these things. So today I'm going to be talking about the news, but I'm going to keep it quick and nerdy for you. So let's go. All right, first off, I finally saw Spider-Man Homecoming, which, I'm kind of behind for the internet, but it happens. What are you going to do? So yeah, I saw it, and here are my thoughts about it. It was great. It was awesome. It was a really good movie. I had an awesome time. The performances were amazing. The story was solid. Huge shout out to Tom Holland and Michael Keaton, who both just, oh my gosh, there are some amazing moments with each of them individually, but the best moments of the movie came when they were acting off of each other and when they had their confrontations. And in fact, one of the best moments in the movie is when they're having a confrontation that is not a fight at all. It's just very tense. I don't want to talk anymore about it because it's so amazing and so spoilery in case that there's, anybody out there who hasn't seen it yet. That being said, it's not a perfect movie. It's really good, but there are always weaknesses in pretty much any film. The action is good, not amazing. There are moments where it can be kind of hard to follow, things like that, and there are some other flaws, but really, when it comes right down to it, awesome movie, great introduction for Spider-Man into his own little world and into the greater MCU. So my hat's off to everybody at Marvel, my hat's off to Sony for letting this happen, and hey, just keep doing it. I'm looking forward to it more and more and more. Speaking of Spider-Man Homecoming, there's an interesting little theory / factoid / just kind of tidbit that's out there that is so awesome, and it's the reason why I love nerds making stuff. And that is that sort of, kinda, technically, Spider-Man and Star Trek now exist in the same universe. Ish. See, you may or may not remember this guy from Spider-Man Homecoming. He was only in there for a couple of seconds for a quick cameo when somebody asked Spider-Man to do a backflip. Well, what you may not know is that that guy is also this guy from Star Trek 4. So, hey, he's aged, time has moved on, and guess what? Spider-Man and Star Trek are in the same universe now. That is, oh my gosh, that's so mind-blowing to me that's It's why I love nerds making things, because they just go, oh, I know what we can do. We should totally have this guy show up over here just because. And that is awesome to me. All right, next, and this one's big. So in December, Peter Capaldi's tenure as the Doctor on Doctor Who is coming to a close. And BBC just recently announced who his successor is going to be as the 13th Doctor. And it is Jodie Whittaker. I don't know her, but the important thing is that it's a her. For the first time in more than 50 years, there's going to be a female Doctor. That's awesome. There's been a huge divide and huge debates online about it, with people saying that it ruins the character, or others just cheering and shouting for joy. I'm more in the second camp. I mean, as far as the haters go, it wasn't that long ago that people were crying and screaming in dismay because Peter Capaldi had been cast as the Doctor because he was too old. You know what? As long as she does a good job, awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just so curious to see what happens, because I just think that this opens so many new avenues and so many new stories that you can tell. So I'm looking forward to it. Next up, Arc System Works just recently announced that next year they're coming out with a new fighting game called BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. And I was not expecting to be excited about this. It's like, oh, cool. Fighting crossover video game. That's nice. That's, it's not really my thing, but that's pretty cool. Then I saw the lineup. You see, it's incorporating characters from BlazBlue, Persona 4 Arena, Under Night In-Birth, and, most importantly for me at least, Ruby, which I didn't see coming. I was like, what, just double take. What now? See, I guess to me, I still think of Ruby as being this, sort of underground, oh yeah, that's that internet thing, right? And I forget that it's kind of a big deal. And so seeing a character from that show showing up in this fighting game is awesome. And all of a sudden it's like, ah, well, that's something that I need now. I guess I should start saving up now. Good thing I have a year. All right, now this one is a bit more somber, but also one that I feel like a lot of people are not going to hear about, which is really why I want to talk about it. And that is that a mathematician by the name of, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, apologies in advance, but by the name of Maryam Mirzakhani has passed away due to breast cancer. Now, she's a mathematician, which means that most people have never heard of her. Honestly, I don't know much about her. But what's important is that she is the only woman to win the Fields Medal, which I have seen described as the Nobel Prize of Math. This is the highest award that you can get as a mathematician. She's the only woman to ever win it. And it's just so tragic to hear stories about this. She was only 40 years old. What can I say? I'm sorry. My condolences go out to her family. It's terrible to lose anyone, but especially a mind that brilliant. My condolences is just, it's not enough. Now, last but not least, maybe you've heard about this. I don't know. I think it kind of went under the radar, but this little show called Game of Thrones came back for its 7th season on Sunday. And yeah, the internet blew up. I heard that HBO Go crashed within the first minute of the show airing. Just all kinds of craziness around it. Everyone has been so hyped, so pumped, waiting for this thing to happen. Now, confession time, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I'm just not interested. I love fantasy and all that, but it's just not my thing. If you love it, if you're excited about it, awesome. Maybe I'll check it out eventually. Probably not. I don't know. Something about it just rubs me the wrong way, I guess. Apologies. Alright, that is the nerdy news from this weekend. I hope I kept it quick enough for you, but before I go, time for me to do a quick spotlight. Going back to Spider-Man, he's an amazing character. He shows up in so many different kinds of media, and he's always amazing. But for me, one of my favorite portrayals that I've seen of him, at least recently, has been in Spider-Man/Deadpool. This is an awesome series for a lot of reasons, but most important for me is just the interplay between Spider-Man and Deadpool. They're two characters with very different philosophies. Spider-Man is a hero's hero. He's a good person. He doesn't kill. He always tries to do the right thing. Deadpool is a mercenary who's trying to become a hero. He's trying to resist that urge to kill everyone who annoys him. And so seeing them interact is just a lot of fun. And it doesn't hurt that both of them are known for being jokesters, quipsters. So just the banter back and forth between them is just amazing. And yeah, it can come across as a bit of a morality play sometimes as Spider-Man tries to convince Deadpool, to not kill people or that there is a better way, but it's still an amazing story, and just it feels like Spider-Man at his best because he's being heroic and trying to be that example to inspire others and help others to become the heroes that he knows they can be. And so I highly suggest that you pick up Spider-Man/Deadpool Volume 1, Isn't It Bromantic? Alright, now that is everything that I have for you today in this video. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of all these news stories, if you think I should talk about this stuff more, or maybe it's just not my thing. Who knows? But hey, let me know, like, comment, subscribe if you like to. If you don't, that's okay too. But hey, until next time, have a great day.